Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but here we are back once again. I just wanted to show what I've been drawing since Inktober has ended. So yeah, here we go. So this first one is just from reference. I'm pointing at features that I drew off of the model because I feel like I didn't get them right. But yeah, I was really not looking forward to sketching that night after this one, but I was able to continue, and then I sketched this one, which I felt like sort of boosted my confidence a little bit. Um, I do feel like the nose is a little dark for the hair to be in front of it. I should have drawn the hair a little darker at that point and not the nose, but that's a lesson for future drawings. And then this next page is just a couple of more studies. I find that I rarely draw any fruits, so I decided to do that here. The first one is a pear. I feel like it looks pretty good. I sort of smudged the edges to make it appear like softer. And then that next one I pointed to was just like cross contour lines for an apple. And then at the bottom was an apple also, but more so trying to get those soft edges once again. And then the last one I'm pointing to is a tomato on top of some lemon. I feel like I did get those edges soft, and I did like the dark spots of it. And then this one, next one is a portrait that also did the same day as the fruits and vegetables. I did like the highlight there. I do feel like I could have lightened that shadow right there and made the hair a little darker. And then this next one I really like. I did end up posting this one on Instagram and TikTok. I did make a community post, but don't think it was seen that much. But I really do like the nose hair, and I really like the shading on the top of the lip. I feel like I've been doing that a lot more for my references. And then I drew a flower, which I really do once again, but I do feel like I really did capture the flower on the top of her head. And then this next one, I really like the face of it, but I wasn't really feeling the hair too much. I feel like it just wasn't fitting everything else. But I did like the nose. I feel like the nose was really drawn well. But yeah, I feel like this one, it was a miss for me, but not every drawing you do is going to be a hit. And then this one is my latest portrait that I drew. Once again, I drew the nose on the side because I feel like I wasn't getting it right, which I did end up erasing the whole nose that I had before. Then I redrew it once again, but I feel like it doesn't match the nose that I drew at the bottom, but I still like it very much. I really feel like this is one of my better portraits that I've done lately. I really like the swoop of the hair. I feel like it does give it some volume, and I'm pointing out the shading of the upper lip once again, which I feel like turned out really nice here. And I also did like the hand. I feel like that turned out really nice also. But yeah, that's all from this sketchbook at least. We'll head to my next one. All right, so this one, well, the sketchbook at least I usually bring with me to work. Um, the one on the left I didn't really like at first. I don't know what it was about it, but I do like the hair on it. And my wife said it looked like she has like a stern, fierce look, and I feel like I do tend to like to draw characters that have that fierce look to them. Then over here, I just drew a skull reference. I do feel like the jaw and the length of the skull was a little bit too long, but I really do like the shading of it. I feel like it turned out really nice compared to my last attempt at drawing the skull. On the back of there, just some practice, and then I was looking at the golden ratio. Then I feel like I've been drawing these cubes in perspective a lot lately. Every time I get the chance, I just really like to draw them, and it looks really cool to me. So yeah, I really like it. And then we have a cat that has no fur. I forget what they're called, but I really like the more menacing look on it. I feel like it turned out really nice. I didn't like it at first, but as time went by, I'm like, yeah, I actually do like that. And then on the side we have half a face. Feel like it was okay. yeah, I feel like nothing to really rave about. And then here, I was on my lunch break for that top one. There was a table in front of me and that had some pumpkins on it because they were doing like a pumpkin decorating contest. And at the bottom here, we just have some shapes that I was just trying to draw all together. Really no reference for it or anything. The same with these. I did try to use like a light source for them and sort of go shading based off of that, but don't know how well I did. You guys can let me know. And then this circle here, I feel like it looks pretty good. And then we have some circle practices, some cube practices, and this was a cast drawing I started but didn't finish because I got busy at work. And these eyes were two separate eyes that so happened to look kind of like somebody's staring at you in a way. It was pure coincidence. I feel like it turned out really well. This one here is, yeah, I don't like this one at all. The person didn't have a mullet in the reference, but they had the mustache, which reminded me of Omni-Man. So I'm like, all right, it's cool. You know, you're not going to draw the perfect reference every time, especially early on when you're drawing. And this one is another reference. I feel like I captured the hair correctly and the eye here and above, but the rest of it is fine. That's supposed to be the wrists and then the hands going over the shoulder. But yeah, I feel like I got the overall, but not really the details, which I tend to struggle on. Those are just more practices. And then back here, we just have some more cubes, and I started the cubes in perspective, but then I just drew some curved cubes, or how you want to call them. Cubes. Yeah, I just drew that from imagination. I was just thinking of forms in space and trying to really capture that. And this here was just some practicing straight lines. As you can see, they still need work, and I'm working on it. So yeah, no need to linger on that for too long. And then the next page is just more of those cubes in perspective. I always feel like you have to have the perfect line, but doing those shows me you don't have to. And then this last page is what I'm really, really proud of this week. I feel like it turned out really well for all these fruits. This one's supposed to be orange, but then I drew that bottom part of it, and I was like, oh, this was more of a lemon, so now it's a lemon. I didn't use any reference for that one, but then I drew a bell pepper, and that circle up top was just for me to conceptualize the top of it. Then I drew some strawberries. I feel like those turned out really well. Could have had some like darker shadows and everything, but I like the way I drew it. It turned out really well. And then drew an orange slice, which it has orange on it because me and my wife were doing that one like challenge where you draw from like a coloring book, like half a page each. I'll include a clip of it at the end to show you what we drew in the end. But then I drew an avocado here. Turned out all right. And then this was an orange with a stem popping out of it and a little leaf. I really like that one. And then I have some grapes here. I feel like they weren't really turning out at first until I added some more shading, which I know I have to be patient because we all have, the ugly start to it. But yeah, I feel like everything turned out well for me this week, and this is what I've been up to. Yep, so I did the right side, my wife did the left side. Just nice. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.